Hello everyone, I am Hars. In the previous video, we covered the CAD operation using Entity Framework with automatic migration. In today's video, we will focus on important real-world topic API versioning in ASP.NET Core Web API. I will explain why API versioning is needed, the different way of versioning an API, and how to implement versioning properly without breaking existing client. By the end of this video, you will understand how to evolve your API safely as your application grows. Let's get started. Let's first understand why API versioning is required. API versioning is important because it allows you to manage changes and updates to your API without disturbing existing clients. As your API evolves, you might introduce changes that are not backward compatible. By versioning your API, you can ensure that the clients using older versions can still function correctly while new clients can take advantage of the latest features. This helps maintain stability and reliability for all users of your API. There are different ways of implementing API versioning, like we have URL path versioning, HTTP header versioning, query string versioning, and media type versioning. We will see all the kind of versioning in detail. To use the versioning, we have to install one NuGet package. So go to Solution Explorer and right click on Dependency, select Manage NuGet Packages. Here search for versioning.mvc. We will install this api.versioning.mvc. Click on Install, click on Apply, click on I accept. Installation is finished. Now we are ready to use the API versioning. First I will create multiple folder here for the user controller. Inside the controllers I will create multiple folder. I will say V1. Here I will say V2, V3, V4. I will move it to V1 and I will copy the controller to all the version folder, and let me change the namespace here. This is for V2, this is for V3, this is for V4. Now let's save it. First let's see the V1. To add the versioning, we have to use the attribute API version, and here we will pass the version like 1.0. This controller will execute with 1.0. To implement the URL versioning, we have to add the version here in the URL. So how to add it? Let's move it to down, and here I will follow the syntax like V and the version what we are passing like 1.0. So I will not hard code here. I will use the syntax version : API version. Now let me change something here. I will say -v1. Now it's time to configure the API versioning in the program file. Let's go to program file and let's configure it. So how to configure it? Here we have to use the builder.services.add API versioning. Here we have to specify the option, means how we are going to use it. We have to set the property assume default version when unspecified equal to true. If user will not specify any version, then also one API will execute. For that we have to use default API version equal to new API version, and here we will pass which version we want to use by default. So for now I will use 1.0 as we want to use URL API versioning. So here we have to set the API version reader equal to new URL segment API version, and here we have to call add MVC. Now let's try to run it and see. Our application is running now. Let's go and refresh this page. Go to this vversion API. So select it, click on test request, and here we have to pass the version 1.0 and then click on send. Okay, here we will get the error because we no need to pass this ID. So let me retry again. Go to this API and let's test it. I will remove this ID and here I will say 1.0. Click on send. We will see user added from API V1 which we have added in the controller. If you see the controller, here I am returning V1 from the API version 1, but we have other thing. This is not called. This is how we can achieve the URL versioning. If you see, it will come in URL, or I will show this in here in controller web API .http. Here I will say copy the URL. Let's paste it here, and here we will say 1.0 and slash. I will add the post call, then I will copy this here, and then content type, I will say application/JSON, then I will paste the request body. Let's send it. we are getting not found means URL is not valid. Let's see. Okay, here we are not having the slash, that's why it is not working. Let me remove it from here. Let's try to run. We are getting user added from controller API v1. So this is how we can get it. Here I will add the slash. So this is how we can add the URL versioning. Now let's see the query string API versioning. So in v2 I will add this API version attribute to every controller first. Let me add it. This I will say 2.0. Let's add the namespace. This is 3 and this is 4. We have added the API version. Now it's time to configure. So you can combine the multiple API versioning. If you want to combine all the versioning, you can do that, but for now I will comment it and I will add the query parameter versioning. For that we have to create query string API version reader object, and what we want to query, like what we want to pass as a query. For that I will say my query. We will see it. Let's run it first. I have done the migration, that's why this command is executing. If you don't know how to do the migration, you can watch my previous video. Now let's refresh this page and let's go here, and instead of this I will uncheck this variable, and in the query parameter I will pass this value my query, and then I will say 1.0. Let's send it. Okay, I will not use this one, I will add it here. Okay, let's see this. Here we have to use query parameter and we have to specify the version. I will use 1.0 for now. Let's remove it. Click on send. We are getting the bad request. Why? Because in the 1.0 we have added the URL versioning syntax. If you see here, we have this. We'll try to use some other version and let's see what happened. 2.0. Let's send it. We can see user added from controller API. So let me add this version in all the controller. Here I will say v2, then v3, and then here I will say v4. Now reload it, or you can rerun it. Let's go to the browser and refresh the page. Let's test it. Here I will paste the same value what we have configured in the query string API version reader, that we will use here, and here I will pass like I want to use 4.0. Let's remove this ID first. Click on send. You can see the v4, correct? We can see we are getting the output from v4 controller. Now let's change it to 3 and send it. We'll get output from v3 controller. This is how we can use string parameter for the versioning. Now let's see how to pass the version in the header. So I will comment this, and here we have to use header API version reader, and here I will say my header. Let's run it. Let's go to the browser. Refresh this page. Now it is running. Now we will go here, and this time I will use in header this value as a key. In the header I will add it, and I will use 2.0. Let's send it. Okay, we'll get the exception. Let me first ignore this thing. Let me first fix this ID related thing. For that, what I will do, I will go to the user, and then here I will add JSON ignore. Let's run it so that it will ignore in our request. It will not add to our request body. Application is running now. Let's refresh the page. Click on test. This time we are not getting the ID because we ignored it. Let's add this string to the header as a key and add the value 2.0 and send it. We can see we are getting the response from v2. If we want, we can change and check for other. We are getting the response from v4. So this is how we can use header versioning. Now we will see how to use the media type API versioning. For that, again I will create the object for media type API version. So we will use media type API version, and here I will say my media. Now let's run the application. I will copy this value. Our application is running. Let's refresh the page and test this request. Go to here, and for the media type we have to add in the header only. So here we cannot add it, so I will add one more except header, and here I have to pass application /JSON, then semicolon, and then we will use our this key what we have specified in the configuration, and then here I will set the version. Let's send it. We can see it is coming from v2, and if we want we can check for 3 also. We are getting this. So this is how we can use media type API versioning. If we want to combine all the versioning, that also we can do. For that we have to configure like this. Instead of creating every object separately, let's combine it. How to combine it? We will use option dot API version reader equal to API version reader dot combine, and here we will pass all the object what we have created. Like I will remove this initialization part, and also we have to replace it with comma. We can remove this last comma from here, and let's run it. Now let's refresh our page and test this request. Here whatever you want you can use. For now I will first check with the header API versioning. So for that we will add this string, and here I will say 2.0 and send it. So we are getting response. Now I want to combine these two like media type. So for that we have to add the accept, and then copy this, and then pass this value equal to 2.0. Let's send it. We are getting the similar response. Now let's change this version. My header is 2.0 and the accept is media type version is 3.0. Let's send it. We are getting the bad request. So both should be similar, then only it will work. Otherwise we can use only one versioning. Like if you want to use the versioning, we can use only query parameter or the header or the media type. Only one we can use. Otherwise if you use the multiple thing, then we have to take care of this version. Now let's see the query parameter as well. Here I will use this my query inside this query parameter, and here I will say 4.0. Let's send it. We are getting again bad request. Let's change to 3 and we will get the response. So at a time we can use only one kind of API versioning, but we can combine all these things so that user can use any kind of API versioning what they want. So now what I want to do here, I want to duplicate some of this versioning. Like I want to duplicate the second one. For that we have the property duplicated equal to, I will say true. Let's save it and let's return it. Let's refresh the page and test the request. Click on test request, and here I will add query parameter, and here I will say 2.0. I made it duplicated, so it should show the duplicated and supported version in response header, but it is not showing. So let's see what's happening here. Here we need to configure one option, which is option dot report API version equal to true. If you don't make it true, then we will not get that header. Let's rerun the application. Let's refresh the page. Test request. I will pass the query parameter as 2.0. Click on send. We are getting the response. Now see the response header. We have the API duplicated versions header as 2.0 and API supported version as 1.0, 3.0 and 4.0. So whenever we run with any version, then we will get duplicated version and the supported version if we configure this option in API versioning. So I hope you learn why we need API versioning, how to achieve the API versioning using different way like URL API versioning, query string API versioning, header API versioning and media type API versioning. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, let's subscribe the channel and share this video with your friends.